Hi, Nick Johns here, and I'm doing a short video about the Sun DreamTeam competition 2023 to 2024, and in particular the rule changes, which I know are grabbing everybody's attention, and rightly so. The first thing to look at is last year's points, and I want to focus in on the midfielder section and sort these out do the stats sorted by total points. There we go. And you can see top of the shop was Bruno Fernandes, and followed by the usual suspects, really, weren't they? Keep a note on that, okay? Bowen 245 and Saka 263, okay? Because you come down here and you got all the other guys, and if we go a little bit further up though, on the screen here, I want to have a look at Fulham, which seems like a fairly crazy thing to do, but you'll see there's method in the madness, because I'm interested in this guy, João Palhinha, who is their midfielder, and he scored 163 points, which is good but not remarkable. Why am I looking at him? Well, it's because the Sun this year is going to give points in funny ways that they haven't given points before. They've torn up some of the old rule book and put some new rule book in, and one of the things that they have done, apart from altering the transfer allowance and putting this thing in here about boosters, they have now given tackles 1 point for 2 tackles made. And you're probably thinking, well, that's interesting, but it's maybe not going to be anything that's going to be earth-shattering. Well, you could be right, but you could be wrong, because I'm going to look at the Daily Telegraph's fantasy football website, because of course we all love the Daily Telegraph, and I really do love their fantasy football competition. And I've put in a couple of teams there, but I'm not interested in them. We're going to pick another team, and the reason I'm going to look at the other team is I want to take a sneaky look at how their players scored points last year, and we look at the midfielder section, all teams, that's great. And I want to sort by points, which I've done, and look at this now. There's Saka, Fernandes at the top, as you would expect, but look who's down here in 10th position, Palhinha, 3.1 billion. He's got 155 points. Remember I said about keep an eye at Bowen. Bowen's below him. I know he's played European football, but Bowen had a stinker of a season at the beginning. Anyway, Palhinha finished 10th in midfielders in the Daily Telegraph. Why that is important is because the Daily Telegraph, in their wisdom, do in their game guidelines, you could see that when it comes to point scoring, they have, if I can get down here, the same thing that the Sun has now done, and they've been doing this for ages. Tackle 1 point per 2 tackles, exactly the same as the Sun. So the moral of the story is that the change in the Sun's scoring system to reward midfielders is likely to mean that players like João Palhinha, who's made 147 tackles last year, easily top of the Premier League, is going to be well worth looking. And also guys like him, like Idris Gueye and Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro of Manchester United. So there you go, end of video. More defensive-minded midfielders could be worth a look in the Suns competition. Thank you.